Good evening and welcome to Beyond the Boundary. You're watching TOI Sports. This is your host Nitin Naik, and today we're going to discuss about yet another proud moment for Indian cricket, with Jasprit Bumrah being named the ICC Cricketer of the Year. Yesterday, he won the accolade of ICC Test Cricketer of the Year, and we're also going to build up in a very short way for the third T20I between India and England at Rajkot. We have a lovely panel with us. We have Abhijit Ghosh from Delhi. We have Gaurav Gupta from Rajkot. We have Saurabh Somani from Pondicherry, and we have Manuja Virappa from Bangalore. Hello, all.
Hello.
Okay.
Hi. So I'll start with Avijit da. What a proud moment for an Indian pacer to be crowned the ICC Cricketer of the Year. I would like to start with what was your Jasprit Bumrah moment of the year, and also I would ask if Jasprit Bumrah winning the ICC Cricketer of the Year along with the ICC Test Cricketer of the Year, is it the most deserved award of the year?
It is absolutely. See, my favorite Bumrah moment of the year. It's the 18th over of the T20 World Cup. That over was gold. If he had not bowled that over where he gave away just 2 runs and
Yeah,
took the wicket of Jansen, every
yeah,
ball was on the money, under pressure. The best bowler in the world delivered his best. That's what makes a cricketer of the year. You know, and the bigger thing about Bumrah for me is, we as a nation do not produce, we produce good cricketers, great cricketers, but we don't have the finest. Generally, we don't have the finest, in sports as such. Neeraj Chopra, for instance, he's an emblem of excellence. Now, in cricket, Bumrah is an emblem of excellence. The finest in a field which is not known, where India is not known to produce the best of fast bowlers. It has been the terrain of West Indies, Australia, England. But getting into that field and emerging as the best of the best, it's just magical, and it's a very, very proud moment for India.
Manuja, what would be your Jasprit Bumrah moment of the year?
Uh, there's not just one Jasprit Bumrah moment of the year. For me, it is Jasprit Bumrah's year.
Wow,
Simply
well
because,
said.
just like Emily Care, the way she drove the New Zealand team and the impact she made on women's cricket, that's the kind of impact Bumrah has had, not necessarily on Indian cricket, but cricket at large. I mean, how many players you find, playing three formats with the kind of elegance and versatility that he does. And also, Nitin, everybody spoke about Joe Root, and even we were speaking about Joe Root. When I don't think, I mean, with due respect to all the runs that he has for the phenomenal success that we've seen him achieve in this season in Test cricket, they're going to all three formats. I don't think there was anybody who matched Bumrah. I would have been very surprised. I always thought it was good that you have nominees, but you know who the winner is.
Yeah. What about you, Saurabh?
Uh, Favorite moment is very difficult to pick. I have several. I think Avijitda mentioned that 18th over, that was pretty special. Getting Ollie Pope bowled in Vizag with that banana in
Oh yeah,
finger was like just unreal. Getting Travis Head in the second innings at Perth when Travis Head was
yeah.
on 80, 90 something, you know,
89.
and and it was a new ball wicket, and he just sort of produced it with the old ball in. So I don't know. Maybe my favorite Jasprit Bumrah moment is the last ball of his third spell, because that one is as intense as his first spell. So
Yeah,
every time he came, you couldn't tell whether it was first, second, third, what. It was just magical, and I think for me, the greatest Indian Test cricketer of all time. He's on track to be. If he retires today, maybe he won't be, but by the time he's done, I think he'll be the greatest Indian Test cricketer of all time, because Test,
Wow.
he's been India's greatest bowler.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fully agree. What about you, Gaurav? I mean, you've tracked Bumrah for a long time, and also, what do you feel about Jasprit Bumrah winning the award and your Bumrah moment for the year?
Well, for me, Nitin, I thought his moment was actually. I mean, apart from of course that unbelievable delivery to dismiss Ollie Pope. I think in the Vizag Test match. It was in the T20 World Cup. The matches against Pakistan where I think he bowled Rizwan, and more than that in the final. I thought it was his spell which won us the World Cup. Apart from, of course, Surya's
Yeah,
catch and the couple of strikes that Hardik Pandya took, and of course Arshdeep supported him well. But it was Hardik Pandya's. It was Jasprit Bumrah's. Bowling in the slog overs that won us that final. It was unbelievable. Nobody could get him off the square. And also, I thought that the Perth Test match, wherein after being bowled out for 150, the way he
yeah.
inspired our comeback with that unbelievable spell of fast bowling, perhaps the most lethal fast bowling I've seen in a long, long time, perhaps. And I think the Aussies were comparing him to Mitchell Johnson, how Mitchell Johnson bowled in that 2013-14 Ashes, terrorizing England's batters. I thought Bumrah had almost a similar effect on the Aussies, and that was evident when Travis had said that all 15 of us were very happy. हम 15 के बाद भी बहुत खुश थे कि Bumrah ने जो
Has Gigi frozen? Gigi has frozen. I think we have Chetan Narula here. Hi, Chetan.
Hi, Nathan. Thank you so much for holding the fort. Yes, big news. Jasprit Bumrah is now the cricketer of the year. कल हमने show में ये बात भी की थी कि there's a good chance, given the way that he's performed across formats. Once again, welcome to everyone. Saurabh, Nitin, Abhijit sir is joining us as well, Manuja as well, and
By the
everybody
way,
on the show.
Arshdeep is in the 11. The
And
toss has
we'll
just
talk
come.
about it. Yeah, we'll talk about
Sorry,
the
Shami is in the 11. Arshdeep is
Oh,
resting.
lovely, lovely,
Yeah, we'll
lovely.
just apparently he was marking his run up, so we're just
Yeah.
going to talk about that as well. But let's talk a little bit more about Bumrah. Abhijit sir, your thoughts on the Cricketer of the Year award? I'm sure you've already spoken, but once again, I mean, why I refer to you is because yesterday we were talking. Chandresh was on the show, और ये बात हुई थी कि for an Indian fast bowler, to set the marker for the future, and Jasprit Bumrah is now the marker for fast bowlers across the world. That's something to behold, really.
नहीं, मैंने यही बात अभी बोला थोड़ी देर पहले कि
जी.
जसप्रीत बुमराह जो है, he is not only going to be now an
Yeah.
inspirational figure for
Yeah.
all the up and coming bowlers, but
Hmm.
also to every sports person in India.
Yeah.
ये जो एक होता है, reaching the peak of your profession.
Yeah.
He's an inspirational Indian. He's more than just a sportsman. He's an inspirational Indian. That's the point.
Yeah, that way. Uh, uh, Nitin, you were asking questions. Vitak. Let's get your thoughts on Bumrah as well. I'm sure you've covered some matches. You've seen him in action as well. Abhijit, you were asking questions. Your thoughts on
I,
as well.
I mean, because that Ollie Pope dismissal became so viral, obviously it's talked about, and because of the sheer drama surrounding that delivery and the after effects of that delivery with the stumps flying all over the place, and Harsha Bhogle's what a ball, what a bowler commentary, and I think Geo Cinema played out a clip of that dismissal in various Indian languages the next day, which added to the drama of that dismissal. But in the same Test match, I think before that wicket, he terrorized Joe Root with reverse swing, one in, one out, one in, one out. And I think
Yeah.
KP on Talk Sport, I think he called out, and I think he said he's after Joe Root here, and I think he's going to get him out. And I think the next ball, he just went wide of the crease. He delivered it with the ball coming in, pitching, leaving him, and caught. I think that was, because it's not so dramatic, but it just shows the man's genius. I mean, what a bowler.
Yeah.
Really.
And I remember 2018, I think Saurabh was there on the tour with me. I think the South Africa tour.
Yes, yes.
We were. I remember I had done an interview with not Malcolm Marshall, Michael Holding. Michael Holding was on the Super Sport. Was on the Super Sport commentary team, and I think not just me. I think everybody on the Indian, media traveling media had spoken with Michael Holding at some part during that series. एक वो दिन था where Michael Holding said that Jasprit Bumrah is not going to succeed in Test cricket. और एक आज का दिन है सौरभ, where he's now cricketer of the year across formats, and there is nowhere that he can't bowl, nowhere that he can't excel really. This is once in a generation bowler that has come through, and I think uh, some credit also goes to the likes of Ravi Shastri and Bharat Arun and even Virat Kohli, the skipper, test skipper at that time, because I remember 18 January these things, and they have been planning from September 2017 to bring him into the test arena and get him into the test squad and just unleash him in that overseas cycle, and what an overseas cycle it turned into.
And I remember that whole year actually, because exactly a year before Bumrah's debut was in January 2018. His
Yeah.
last first class game was exactly a year before, in January 2017. That was the
Yeah.
Ranji semi final. Gujarat played against Jharkhand. And it so happened that I was at that game. I was one of only two reporters at that game, and that game was not telecast. So we got to see something really special because it was not telecast, and we
Yeah.
saw Bumrah bowl there, and it was just fire. Like I cannot even describe it. It was fire, and
Yeah.
we saw that, and we were like, इसको टेस्ट मैच में लाओ, इसको टेस्ट मैच में लाओ, and it took 1 year, but finally उसको टेस्ट मैच में लाए. And then, of course, yeah, that tour, I think you remember, Chetan, like every test on that tour he improved, right? It was his
Yes.
debut.
Yes.
It was his
Yeah.
debut, and every test he improved. And in the third test, he took his first 5-wicket haul also, and that is a
And then he
pattern that
went to Nottingham. Yeah, and then he went to Nottingham and took another 5-wicket haul. And Michael Holding was there as well on the Sky
Yeah.
Sports commentary. And then he apologized because he's such a great man, Michael Holding,
Yeah.
because he knew great
He's full of
commentators.
grace, yeah.
Yeah, they know he's very graceful and he knows and he loves cricket. And he acknowledged that he was wrong about Jasprit Bumrah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, but yeah, I had an interview with Bharat Arun as well, and he spoke about कि जब वो junior camp में आया था, one of the major things that Bharat Arun did not work upon was changing his action, the way he bowled, because otherwise, just the
Thank
way
you, Bharat Arun.
yeah, the biomechanics just don't work. Just don't work. Well, it's 6:40 already. We just have 20 minutes remaining. So let's talk about the third T20. Arshdeep Singh is missing from India's playing 11. And the big news, as we've already mentioned, Mohammad Shami is back. Mohammad Shami is back. The much-awaited comeback for Mohammad Shami after his great performances in the ODI World Cup. Let's have a word from Gaurav Gupta, and then we'll go to Abhijit sir. That how do we build this up towards the Champions Trophy? Gaurav, first of all, your thoughts on Mohammad Shami being included today?
Well, it's a great development for Indian cricket. Nitin was just asking me before the show, is Shami going to play? I said, Sitanshu Kotak, India's new batting coach, himself doesn't have an idea. So how do we lie? Because he was like, I don't know. It's up to the captain and the coach. Suryakumar Yadav and Gautam Gambhir. They are deciding on his workload, and they will take a call at the right time when to play him. And finally, it seems that time has arrived. And I'm very happy for him because considering so much intrigue and we have had to wait for, so it's a long awaited comeback. And now, I mean, going forward to the England tour, it would be lovely to see Jasprit Bumrah and Mohammad Shami together. If at all it is possible, it will be a dream come true to see
Yeah.
them rip apart England. But for now, it's a great development to have him here. Again, India's are going with only one fast bowler. That's interesting, and as many as four spinners and five if you include Abhishek Sharma as well. So I think Shami will have his workload cut out straight away. 4 over तो उनको डालनी पड़ेंगे. So let's see. Much will all eyes will be on him obviously.
Introspect has made a great point as well. Ki England batters might just breathe easy in power play as Arshdeep is missing. I mean, look, Mohammad Shami is coming back, so it's not going to be as easy. But Arshdeep, Abhijit sir, उसने अपनी एक पहचान बनाई है in T20 cricket. It's great that Shami is coming back, but he will have to match what Arshdeep was providing recently in the T20s.
Now you see, Arshdeep was India's number one bowler in the
Yeah.
T20 World Cup in terms
Yeah.
of wickets, 17
Yeah.
wickets. But he also had said one thing very clearly, after he did that match-winning spell, against Australia, 3 wicket liye the unhone. And he said, a lot of credit for my bowling, for my wickets goes to Jasprit Bumrah. because वो जो pressure बनाते हैं, so people take a lot of risks against us, against me, and that is one of the reasons that I have been getting wickets. But having said that, he's a much improved bowler. In the last 2-3 years, he's been, and he's the knack of picking up wickets. So you see, Shami is not in competition in that sense with Arshdeep or anything. Shami is his own competitor. एक बार मैंने वसीम अकरम को एक बार बोलते हुए सुना था टेलीविजन पे. उन्होंने कहा था कि इंजरी के बाद से जब हम वापस आते हैं तो एक होता है फिटनेस, एक होता है मैच फिटनेस, और एक होता है full form fitness. So we know that he's physically fit. We know that he's match fit because he has played a few games for Bengal. I've seen one of those a couple of games क्योंकि जियो सिनेमा में दिखाते हैं. एक गेम मुझे याद है, इन्होंने एक फर्स्ट ओवर में मेरे ख्याल से 3 छक्के मारे थे शमी के खिलाफ.
I was there in Vadodara. I was doing commentary on that game. It was a youngster from 20-year-old youngster from Haryana. पहले 3 ओवर में 3 छक्के मारे थे उसकी बॉल पे.
So but
he came back in that match. But he came back well in that match. Yes.
He came back well. So वो धीरे-धीरे आता है, and now it is good that he's back. We know he's a class bowler. So to that extent, is very, very good news for India. He's also an all format bowler. So ये बहुत अच्छी बात है इंडिया के लिए. And let us see, that he's back in the game. But let us see how good he is at the moment.
I think we also need to talk about the combination here, Nitin, क्योंकि Arshdeep नहीं है, and this question is very valid. Who would bowl at the death? Not every time England top order will be dismissed early. Well, fingers crossed, first of all, because Shami is coming back. But again, this is a very valid question. Who's your death bowler here? Obviously, they will rely on Shami and Hardik Pandya, but they're also relying a lot on the spinners. Agar aap dekho, now, today, we have 4 spinners. We don't have Nitish Reddy. We have Sundar, Akshar Patel, Bishnoi, and Chakravarti. So you're relying on your spinners to do the job. So Hardik Pandya और Shami की जो bowling है, उसको बहुत ही calculative way में Suryakumar Yadav को use करना पड़ेगा. And he's just said the pitch is looking really hard and don't expect it to change much throughout the game. Your thoughts? What is India's death bowling plan going to be like today?
He will have to use Shami and Hardik Pandya like a pensioner uses his funds. Very, 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 very calculatively, because he what I suspect today he might do is because Washi bowls well in the power play in T20 cricket, in franchise cricket. So maybe we may see Washi in the first 6 overs. A couple of I think he bowled 1 over in the last game in the power play, and that was the only over he bowled. So so here thankfully this is a very big playing field. So the Rajkot playing field is big, so the spinners I don't think will pull long faces when they see the boundaries pulled in a little bit. But maybe you might see Varun Chakravarti bowl maybe 1 over towards the death between 16 and 20.
Gaurav, you've been in you've been watching intently the practice games, etc. Practice of both the sides. Last question to you before you head off. England will have to come up with the against India's spin. That is going to be the key battle for England, isn't it?
100%. I think Chetan, England will have to find a way to tackle Varun Chakravarti in particular. I think Harry Brook has been his bunny in both the games, an average of 4.5 as they were just showing on the television recently. He's just completely failed to read his googlies. Of उन्होंने smog को blame किया, which I thought was utterly a stupid excuse. The Kolkata smog. In Chennai also he had no clue, and then obviously Shastri and Gavaskar had a good. Ravi Shastri ने बोला कि अब तो smog नहीं है, तो अभी भी आप नहीं देख पढ़ पा रहे हैं उनकी googly. So clearly Varun has had the wood on England, and they will have to find a way. It's like a sort of a psychological grip हो गई है उनकी. And the more Varun bowls in this fashion, मुझे लगता है अभी भी लगता है कि उनके लिए एक जगह होनी चाहिए थी Champions Trophy में, purely because of the fact that batters find it difficult to play him and to pick him. Or England के batters, so they have been all at sea against him. And Akshar has bowled pretty well as well. Let's not forget. I think उन्होंने couple of wickets लिए थे, जो एक tight match हमारा हो गया था second वाला. Ravi Bishnoi has been good as well. So overall, I think and Washi of course will provide you with a boost in batting and bowling both. So overall, I think we are looking to attack England with spin, spin, and spin. Abhishek Sharma भी supporting role play करेंगे. Unless England find a way out of this whole spin web. अभी तक Joss Butler ही है जो comfortable लगे हैं. अगर बाकी के batters नहीं pick किया उन्होंने time से अपने आप को, तो then England should be losing the series from here, and perhaps we are looking at a 4-1 or a 5-0 scoreline as well.
Okay. Thanks, Gaurav, for joining us. We look forward to you again on the show. जॉस बटलर कमेंट कर रहे हैं, बी रेडी फॉर एन ओल्ड फैशन थ्रैशिंग टुनाइट. थैंक यू जॉस बटलर, आप हमारा शो देख रहे हैं, वो भी मैच से पहले, टेकिंग टाइम आउट फॉर अस, थैंक यू सो मच. बट यस, Josh Butler, I mean, he'll be in good form. He's the only one who can see the ball in India's smog. और मैंने ये ट्वीट किया था, तो somebody said कि नहीं, वो तो 3 महीने साल के यहीं पे रहता है, तो उसको आदत पड़ गई है. हैरी ब्रुक अभी दिल्ली कैपिटल्स के लिए खेलेगा, तो उसको स्मॉग में खेलने की आदत पड़ जाएगी. स्पिन खेलने की आदत पड़ेगी या नहीं, वो देखना बाकी है. लेट्स हैव अ लुक एट द English playing 11 as well. Jamie Smith, he will be keeping wickets today. Well, मैंने कहीं पे देखा, I mean, it could be Phil Salt as well, but he's been lined up for keeping wickets today. But could be Phil Salt as well. We'll have to wait and watch what happens there. But I don't think there has been any change. Has there been any change? Salt,
No,
Duckett, Butler, Brook, Livingston, Smith, Overton, Bryden
No, they've
Cass.
gone with the same 11.
Yeah,
Same
they've
11.
gone with the same 11. But again, Saurabh, again, spin is going to be the big differentiator. They've been relying on Butler. Salt, who's done well in Indian conditions, he hasn't fired so far. Like in aaj Arshdeep nahi hai, his nemesis. Ben Duckett, a lot of hopes and aspirations from him, from Brendan McCullum. He does well with Brendan McCullum. So top order for England, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think England's top order definitely needs to fire.
Yeah.
Maybe the lack of Ashdeep will help them. I'm just you alluded to the spin thing. Of
Yeah.
course, India have gone with 4 spinners. That's what they did last game also. I'm
Yeah.
just wondering what happens when Surya eventually loses a toss. Unless he wins all 5, India is
Yes,
going to
I
have
want
to
to
bowl
talk about
second.
that as well. Yeah.
India is going to bowl second with 4 spinners in dewy
Yes.
conditions at this time of the year in India. Everywhere at night time there'll be dew, most likely. So how is that going to pan out? Like, I'm not understanding this 4 spinner strategy. I'm sure there
Okay.
is some thinking behind it, but it's a little tough to place. They're obviously, England are not playing spin very well, so there's that. Uh, so I guess it's working for now.
Big mistake dropping Arshdeep. He was our nemesis. I have to go get ready for the match. Thanks for playing, man. Thanks for playing. Good spirit there. Introspect कह रहे हैं, Butler, Jamie Smith, Bryden Cass appear to be suited for this format. Others look way out of depth. I think yes, Harry Brook, is one guy who's at their number 4 and he's just not firing for them. Avijit sir, what are your thoughts? यहाँ पर एक comment पहले भी आया था कि again, India bowling, don't know why they are playing the series. Are they playing for series win or T20 World Cup preparation? Look, I think this has to be a little bit of a balance here. आपको series जीतना भी जरूरी है, especially somebody like Gautam Gambhir. He needs that win under his belt. But at the same time, you would think कि आप कुछ matches में पहले बैटिंग करना चाहोगे, अपने आप को चैलेंज करना चाहोगे. हमने इस शो में पहले भी बात किया था कि जब साउथ अफ्रीका के अगेंस्ट हम खेले थे, साउथ अफ्रीका डिस्पाइट प्लेइंग एट होम challenged themselves that they are going to chase, and India batted first. India won that series. But is it a hangover from the South Africa series कि वहां पे हमने पहले बैटिंग कर लिया, काफी हमने देख लिया, it works, now we are playing at home, let us win the series and then experiment? Could that be the thought process?
में वही थॉट प्रोसेस होना चाहिए, बिकॉज कायदे से every match should be looked at the end result, which is the ultimate result, which is preparing a very very good team for the next World Cup. But ऐसा होता नहीं है. We want immediate results as well as long term results. मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि since we have lost the Australia Test series badly at 3-1, there was I mean the think tank will be playing safe. But I think that if we win this match and we will have 2 more matches to go, and if Surya wins the toss in the 4th match, then probably he will go for he will want to bat first and challenge his team.
And what about your opinion on the question before ki Varun on the comment before from Gaurav ki Varun Chakravarti ko they could have tried in the Champions Trophy squad? Is that something that you agree with, disagree with? What is your opinion? Or do you think कि जो Champions Trophy हमें हमारा spinners गया है, जो spinners combination गया है, that is good enough?
Look, Varun, is emerging as a
Hmm.
match winner for India. You know,
Okay.
हमारा T20 World Cup जो 2024 में था, we had one major match winner, which was
Hmm.
Bumrah. The
Yeah.
others bowled around him.
Hmm.
But here it seems that
Hmm.
Varun is emerging as a
Hmm.
guy who can win you
Yeah.
matches on your own. You know, the
Yeah.
middle overs में जो wicket लेना, वो वाली बात.
Hmm.
So T20, but ODI में, we already have a different kind of a thought pattern,
Hmm.
and I don't think that he really fits in there.
Okay.
But it's a matter of time. We
Yeah.
we never thought, even Michael Holding did not think that Bumrah would be,
Yeah.
So players evolve, but we should take one step at a time.
Okay.
If he performs well, why not?
Okay. Okay. Nitin, do you agree with that? ठीक है, maybe Champions Trophy was a little too early for him. He's developing into a very lethal spinner in the middle overs in T20 cricket. I mean, हमने पहले भी बात की थी कि अगर हम next year का squad select करें 2026 के T20 World Cup का, I think Varun Chakravarti is nailed on. अगर दो bowler अगर हमें nail on करने हैं, Varun Chakravarti and Jasprit Bumrah, depending upon his fitness. I think Arshdeep pretty much there as well, there or thereabouts as well. Unke around you'll select your spinners and pacers, etc. Do you think after the Champions Trophy, maybe Varun Chakravarti, now that he's found his feet in international cricket, uh, I think 2021 ka T20 World Cup mein he was just thrust into it very, very quickly. I don't think
Yeah.
he had found his feet yet. Now that he's finding his feet, do you think he'll be given opportunities? कि अभी चलो ICC Champions Trophy आप रहने दो, लेकिन ICC event जो next वाला आ रहा है, that's going to be even bigger. We might need somebody like him in South Africa in the ODI World Cup. He'll be given more opportunities after the Champions Trophy. Do you think that could be a progression?
I think they're looking at multi-skilled players, isn't it? Because if you see the combination of spinners, even that they're playing that in this series,
Hmm.
they're playing with Washi, Akshar.
Hmm.
Apart from Varun, all the spinners who are playing are also very very handy batters. And I think if you
Hmm.
see the Champions Trophy squad makeup, also barring Kuldeep Yadav, I think
Hmm.
all of them,
Hmm.
Jadeja, Washi, as well as Akshar, they are all
Hmm.
three very, very capable batters and can be
Yeah.
decent floaters in the batting 11. So I
Yeah.
think with Varun, I think the fielding as well as batting ability is a
Hmm.
question, and I don't think they would want to go in with that combination.
Yeah. 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 And probably also because in ODI cricket, वो batting वाला जो balance है, that is also of
Yeah.
premium importance. One final question for Saurabh. Would have liked to see Ramandeep a finishing role instead of Jurel. He hasn't done much wrong, Jurel. He's just starting to get opportunities there. He could contribute better with ball and fielding as well. I mean, Ramandeep is a gun fielder. But Saurabh, do you think it could have provided a little more balance with maybe his military medium pace or no?
I mean, it could have, but it would have been unfair on Jurel, right? Like he's
Okay.
just been picked. He's not done anything wrong much, and he
Yeah.
was in the squad originally, so he
Yeah.
was part
Yeah.
of the original 15. Now
Yeah.
Ramandeep is a replacement player. He'll come in and get in ahead of Jurel.
Mm.
Maybe not really,
Mm.
and you can't pick him for his bowling. I think just
Mm. Mm.
because his bowling is like you said, military medium.
Yeah.
उससे
Yeah.
ज्यादा नहीं.
ज्यादा
So
नहीं है.
I'm happy with Jurel being given another goal. Let him,
Yeah.
give him the chance to fail at least. If he fails, then you can think about replacing him. But
Okay.
that though.
Okay. Quickly then, prediction time, guys. Is India wrapping up the series today? Abhijit sir, let's start with you.
नहीं, 2 मैचेस हम जीते हैं ना, 1 मैच हारना भी मतलब मुझे ऐसा
What about
लगता नहीं है कि
Shami's return? What about
मुझे
Shami's
नहीं
return?
लगता कि इस टीम में इतनी कंसिस्टेंसी है कि 3 मैच लगातार जीते.
Okay. What about Shami's return though? Abhijit sir, Shami का return भी है लेकिन आज.
हाँ, हाँ, नहीं, no, I'm hoping, I'm like every other Indian, I'm hoping that he gradually comes back to his best.
Okay. Okay. Saurabh and Nitin, quickly your thoughts.
Let me be bold and go for 3-0.
Okay. Nitin.
3-0.
3-0. Okay. Split panel today. 3-0, 3-0, and Abhijit sir says कि okay, एक match
You have
जीतने
the
वाले.
casting vote, Chetan.
हाँ? क्या?
Casting vote. You have the casting vote.
I don't want the series to be alive. I mean, okay, I'll go with Avijit sir. Okay, I want the series to be alive. It'll be fun, and it'll give us a few more talking points because we are back tomorrow at 6:30 with the show. We'll see what happens in today's game. Thank you so much, Avijit, Gosha, Saurabh Somani, Nitin Nayak,
Thank
and
you.
also Gaurav Gupta and Manuja Virappa, who had joined us earlier on the show. Thanks to all our viewers. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel and do like our video if you liked our show today. We'll see you tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Thank you, everyone.